Welcome back, all my YouTube peeps, all 63 of you, and the three who watch religiously with my buddy JD. We just spent the better part of an hour on another system. So before we go anywhere or talk about anything else, we're going to spend 3 minutes explaining why, if you're watching this video and you see the last video we made, you probably can't hear JD because apparently JD's version of bad audio is no audio. Like,
That's not true. That's not true. Did you
dude,
hear something? Wait, hold on. You can't say no audio. No audio means there's no sound whatsoever.
all right, this is
Wait,
literally
no,
this is
no, no, no,
this is what
no.
it looks like.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Does no audio mean no sound? That means there's
If
nothing you
you
can hear whatsoever. Hold on. Just answer the
you
question,
sound
yes or
like me
no.
now. You sound like
Yes
me.
or no, no. Answer
Yes, you do.
yes or no.
No.
Because
Yes, or
because the thing
whatever.
is this, you're gonna try to argue that I told you last week the audio was horrible and you didn't listen.
No.
I
This is JD. This is what
You
it
said
sounds like.
okay, we'll just post it anyways.
This
I'm like, all right, nigga, I'll
this is what
post
it sounds like.
it.
That's what you sound like.
I'm like,
So
Ron, are you
if you
sure
had
you want to
said,
post it? Yeah, go ahead, just post it.
because
And here's
we
the kicker. And here's the kicker. You told me last week that you listened to it. You
I
said, "Do
didn't
you
tell
hear?"
you that.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I
You
didn't.
said, Ron, not the whole thing, but I said, Ron, it's really bad. Have you been listening? Because you were supposed to be on the YouTube feed. Were you on the YouTube feed?
When we
Last
were
week I told
recording, I
you,
was listening to it and I heard it fine. But whatever you
okay,
posted
all right,
was different. That's all I'm saying.
okay, all right. I didn't know. I
That's
didn't
what
know.
I'm saying.
But so what I'm saying is that to me, all I know is that it sounded, if you're telling me it sounded good, I can't hear because I'm running the stream. So
Right?
there's not a way for me to hear. So I said, when I put it back up, I'm like, ooh, this doesn't sound great. This sounds bad. And you're like, oh, just post it anyways.
I'm
Just
surprised you
post
knew it
it
sounded like
anyways.
anything.
Huh?
I'm surprised.
I mean, I could hear the words. I could tell what the words were, but it was
Do
very
you hear
muffled
the
and cut
words that are
out.
coming out of my mouth?
Yes.
No, I
Uh,
don't actually.
Yes,
All right.
I could hear the words, but it was very hard to decipher or
Okay.
whatever. I never argued it wasn't. I was trying to tell you it's bad audio. I mean,
All
I
right. So
don't know
this is
what
what we're gonna
bad
do.
audio is.
We're gonna do like a super recap of what we talked about last week
Okay.
because what we're doing essentially is reigniting the recording of the podcast. And
And it
from
won't
Hiller,
look as planned. It won't look like you're doing a teleconference with your psychiatrist or whatever, or it'll look like a podcast later. This is
you can fix it in post. Fix it
Some
in post.
wacko LinkedIn type nonsense.
At least it will be something.
Yeah.
You
At least
can't
there'll
be
be
talking about
audio.
how it looks,
At
dude.
least there will be audio.
With the last video you posted.
We hope there'll be audio. It sounds great now. When I get the file back, there might not be audio on this. The other thing
Anyways,
that's crazy is OBS, that software I'm using, can use Zoom too.
all right, here's the thing. If you don't want to use Zoom to record these, why don't we use something like uh uh River something? I forgot what
OBS. OBS is like one of the number one ranked things. The problem is,
you gotta be
Ron,
kidding me, dude.
no, no, no.
Dude,
Ron, oh, I'm
you've been
serious.
dude,
A lot of
when did
YouTubers
you
use it.
you originally pitched this OBS thing to me 2 months ago? It has yet to deliver.
So I
Like
want to point this out.
if
So hold
if
on.
if
I want to,
uh-huh.
okay. All I want to do is point this out.
Just keeping it
In
real.
that time, I've been the only one researching this stuff, and I have a crappy old computer that will not. It's not the soft. That's why I had to switch. I realized as I'm doing other work with OBS, and I realized, oh, it's my computer's so old, it's not allowing us. It's not functioning properly. So now I switched over to Yolanda's laptop, but I did that today, and in doing that today before I'm streaming is like the only time I've had this week to really
Okay.
tackle this. That's what messed me up.
All right,
We could
look,
even use Zoom. I mean, I know you're in love with Zoom and have a
I'm
hard
not in
on
love
for
with
Zoom.
dude. I'm
We could
honestly
do
not in love with
Zoom
Zoom.
through OBS. I
You know
believe
what I'm
there's a
in
way you
love
can
with?
tap into this feed, but have it go into OBS. The only
You know what
reason
I'm in
that,
love with? You know what I'm in love
huh?
with? I'm in love with what works. That's what I'm in
Right.
love with.
Let me just tell you this. So,
Okay.
like, when you have a template for when you're editing, and you might be editing something, you have all these templates, like for your wedding videos. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I had this template for that, and I had
When I
this
did
template.
weddings like
OBS,
100 years
yes.
ago.
Well, OBS works like that. OBS is like it sets up your whole workspace, and has all the things you can switch to. So that's in lieu of paying for something else, that's what I want to use. If you want to pay
Mhm.
for something, cool. But it's free. Oh, it's free software.
So
So
Zoom for 40 minutes, it's free.
yeah, Zoom. It looks like I'm talking to my shrink. I'm like, it
No,
has
it
no
doesn't.
flavor. It has no, dude. There's no bugs. There's no logos. When people
You can
look at
add
it,
that in
it
post.
looks like a business meeting.
You can add that in post. Dude, how many
But
people
with
who
the
are watching
goal
this?
was, but wait. The whole reason with the OBS is
You're
because
right.
we did
You're
not want
right.
to do anything in post.
You're right.
So I'm not.
Let me
So
finish. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We did not want to do anything in post. And I agree with you. We do not 100% need to have all the lower thirds, whatever. Like, we literally have less than half a dozen people watching these videos right now. Hopefully, by next week, you got it popping, and then this won't be an issue. I'm just saying, every time we have tried it, it has not worked.
right. But
That's
I'm
all
just
I'm
saying.
saying.
I know, and it's a new endeavor, and every week it's
We
like
learned something new.
it's hard for me to if I could connect with you at certain points during the week, just real quick, 5 or 10 minutes to see, oh, is this where? Because what happens is we wait till Friday, and then I have like 15 different settings I got to try to work that I
All
can
right.
finally do with
Let's talk about
you.
some people to chime in and hear us
Yeah,
talk about technology
exactly.
stuff. All right.
Yeah.
So, this is what we're doing. Dungeons and Durags, this satirical memoir I wrote about my reconnection with the black community. And you probably see, if you know anyone who's watching this, we've posted a number of videos, I think from, was it earlier this year or last year? And so we kind of fell off for a bit, but
Yeah.
now
It
we're
was
coming
last year,
back.
like in November. It was kind
We're
of,
right. We're
yeah.
coming back. And so one of the things that we're talking about doing is we've been for a minute now trying to get an animated version of the book made because we think it's really funny. We have good concept, and we've made a number of pitches. We can't say the people we pitched to, but they're people you would have heard of. People in
Yes.
the film, TV, milieu, and uh, like typical Hollywood fashion, everyone laughs when we do the presentation. Everyone says it sounds so great. Oh, that sounds great. Then we don't hear from anyone again. Or
Right.
like I don't. It sounds
Thank
great.
you.
Uh, it sounds great. I can't do anything with it, but it
Right.
sounds great. Good luck.
Good luck, brothers. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, brothers. I'm trying to get my own shit made.
Right.
And so one thing we've been talking about is okay, we just need to do it. Maybe we just need to do it ourselves, and we can use this podcast as a way of kind of building in public, kind of showing the ups and downs of trying to get a show made, and perhaps since we wanted it to be animated, perhaps using AI to do it, and
Yeah.
and we can see because, like I said, I think that's where we're just gonna have to do. We're gonna have to start creating something, start putting it out there, and do like a proof of concept, make it work.
I mean, I'm at the proof of concept. I'm like, this is our concept. I don't want to
Well,
con
that's what I
I
mean.
don't want a
Yeah,
concept of the plan like Donald Trump. I want to actually just do it.
right. We have plans of a plan
Yeah, we don't have we don't we already had a concept. We've been in the concept phase for
for a
over two.
long time.
Yeah. So we're
Um,
ready to go. It's like no one else is taking a
all right,
chance and let's do it.
all right. So what would be required to do that? Like we have a script, we already have a pilot script. Do we break that up into like little
It
shorts?
well, here's the thing. Here's what I think. I think that you and I could act out some of the roles. So one of the things will be getting like if we did an audio play of the teleplay or I don't know
Right,
what you
of
call it,
the
audio
script,
play of the script
right?
where you're Sam, I'm Sam, you're you. I could play some of the other roles. If we have females, I can maybe get a female actress to chime in and do their part. And once we get that in, we can go in and match up. We could change my voice, keep your voice because your voice is maybe alter it a little bit, make it a little bit more nerdy. And
More nerdy.
I mean, just the Kermitiest of Kermit with it, and then
Dude, my voice is nerdy enough. We don't need to make it worse.
we do, we do, man. You always got to push the limit. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe we'll stick with your natural voice, but maybe we could enhance it.
I
But
don't
I'm
think
just saying we need the audio because then we could drop then once we have the audio track, there's AI that comes out where you could literally now it's like you could how you can put somebody's face, I mean, sorry, somebody's alter somebody's voice to make it sound like Sam Jackson or
Right, right,
Gruff or
right.
whatever. You could also do that now with video. So if you have like if I have a video of you, we can have Ron, the animated version of Ron. So it's just a matter of us. I
Right.
think the next big step is just determining, okay, this is the animation style, period. So we should maybe have like our three picks for animation
Hmm.
and say this is what we're going to go with. Whether it's
Hmm.
going to be like the anime of Boondocks, or there was another show you had mentioned. I can't remember. Thought escapes me at the moment. But
Hmm.
there's another animated show. So whatever animated show we want to do, we'll say, okay, we want it similar to this because then we could go into AI and show it a picture and say, make this
Look
apartment
like
with the animation of the stylings of blah blah blah. And
okay.
then it will
So so all right, and to give people a context of what it is we're talking about. So the premise of the book is like I wrote the book in 2018, and sort of like I had a come to Jesus moment when Trump was elected. So I wrote this funny memoir.
no pun intended. The anti-religious person had to come to
Right,
Jesus moment.
it's right, right. At the
The
time, I was a devout Christian.
the atheist had to come to Jesus moment.
Right. At the time, I was a devout Christian, not so much anymore, as in not at all. And and so in the book is like split between like half the book are like comical political essays, if you will, on Trump and everything that was going during Trump 1.0. And that book ends with Biden. The epilogue has Biden winning, which if you go through the book, it's like sort of like this triumphant moment. It was funny is the whole time we've been pitching, it was prior to Trump winning again, and we've been saying, hey, the show is still going to be relevant
It
because
still
even
could
though
be relevant.
it still can be relevant because even though
We
Trump is
got a
not
good four
president
years
any
left. We got a good 3.5 years left.
right, right. Even though Trump is not president anymore, Trumpism is still around because we were pitching this during in the middle of the Biden administration. Uh, little did we know,
Right.
I could have written this book yesterday.
Yeah.
Anyway, the other half of the book is sort of like this fantastical element where a guardian angel in the form of Sam Jackson comes to help me be blacker and connect with my black roots. And then the voice of Morgan Freeman is sort of like the yin and the yang
He does
of
the same thing, but he just takes a different
right,
approach,
right, right, right. And so we want to make it,
a more
it's really,
modest, reserved
yeah,
approach compared to
right.
Sam.
And so we want to make it, we think it's be perfect for animation. So that's the animated style. And then I like obviously the Boondocks. With
And
you,
also, you got to add, like the people who have picked up your book and read it. When we told them that this was going to be a show, they really loved the idea of it. Oh, this is
yes.
perfect for
Yeah.
animation. So
You know who else
that's
loved the idea? Everyone we've ever pitched it to.
right. Everyone we
Except for
pitched
that
to,
one, there
like,
was that one woman. Remember
yeah. Well,
that?
they were. I could tell they were. It
They were hit
wasn't,
it. But
which is
everyone
odd
else,
because they were for development for a predominantly black entertainer, but they were like shouldn't have been
you know who
in
I'm
my
talking about? Are we
estimation.
talking about? I'm talking about the woman.
I am
I think
talking.
she was. It doesn't matter. Since we're not mentioning names, it doesn't matter. All I'm
Yeah,
saying is everyone we pitched it to has seemed to have liked it. So we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to be like Thanos and put the gloves on and
yeah. Just
you
do it
need something
ourselves.
dumb, you gotta get it done yourself.
Yeah,
That's a deep cut for all the MCU fans out there. Maybe that's not that deep. That's kind of
yeah. It's pretty common, dude. I've that's been around since I can remember.
right. Anyway, all right. So what would be the next step that we would need to
Again,
like?
because it's well, I think stylings would be the first thing. That's
No, but
one
do you
thing.
have
That's not
software that you can
paramount,
use?
huh?
Two
Yeah,
questions.
well,
Do you
that
have software that you
and then
use? Question. Three questions, or maybe two. You have one. Do you have software you can use? Two. Does the software you have is it on par with Obi
oh, sorry.
with the podcast
I won't be
software?
using my old iMac. I won't be using my old
Okay.
iMac. But here's the way AI works is no, you don't you go to websites. Like the way it works right now,
Yeah.
it's like Chat GTP. So I don't have to
Chat
have
GPT.
the latest yeah, I don't have to have After Effects or whatever, I don't
Got it.
have to have those
Right.
type things. I just go and now that I have a computer that's fast, I have to borrow it with me and my wife. So it's like
And there's
but
nothing
we
you'd
have
have to
another one.
pay for?
You do. Once, so what happens is it's kind of like tokens. It's almost like
Yeah,
crypto money. You
sure.
buy a certain amount of tokens, and it
Yeah.
allows you to do so many. Just like I don't know if you've done Mid Journey, but Mid
I'm
Journey
not,
does
but I'm
that.
familiar with tokens. Yeah, I do a lot of AI
Yeah.
work, so I
So it's
get it.
like you get a certain amount of. Sometimes you get a certain amount of free ones. And then after
Right.
your free thing runs out, or you have subscription, which gives you like, oh, you've got 1,500 tokens, but then when you do every little thing you do, it might take up 5 tokens or whatever. So it's.
Right.
But I would say the first step though is for us to get comfortable with the script reading, like a recording of the script.
Maybe we do like a table read for one of our podcast episodes. Maybe the next episode we do a table read.
Oh my God. Okay. Maybe.
That could be funny.
The crazy thing is though, if the thing is I could play some of the other roles, but I
Uh-huh.
won't sound like the other roles.
Right. A table read, that's what a table read is. Like
Yeah.
you're not
No, I know.
necessarily gonna
No, but usually table read, you have the actors that are going to be playing the role.
you don't think
Like
you
you would
don't think
have
we
this
can get
act.
Sam Jackson to come out
Come
and
on, dude.
I'm
Come on,
joking.
man.
I'm joking.
But we
One of
can
your
play.
famous black
I can
friends
get.
know Sam Jackson, I'm sure.
Yes, but every time we ask people for favors, they like,
Dating a lot of have a lot of famous black friends in Hollywood. Uh,
and I mean,
you do. You have a number of famous
but
black friends in Hollywood. That's
okay, all right. Well, it's like,
we don't have to say their names, but you do.
I know,
That's
no,
a
I'm just saying, I would just say like when you say that, it makes it sound like we know Sam Jackson or the
no.
Obamas. They're people
Well,
you would definitely recognize.
one of your friends is the cousin of another person who is in the book.
Yes, there's all kind of connections.
It's okay. And I shouldn't talk. One of my
And
old high school friends.
one of your cousins is actually someone who's a direct link to Charlemagne the God, who could have published your book for you, but you didn't. For some reason, the Lord doesn't know why you didn't ask to get on Charlemagne's publishing thing. I don't
Well, I think we
understand.
can mention his name. So we're talking about I can mention his name. So, one of my old high school buddies is this dude named Chris Spencer. He's like, he does a lot of writing.
Yes, people know who Chris Spencer is. He took over for the Arsenio Hall show. He was at like
No, it
a
wasn't
talk
Arsenio Hall
show.
show. It was Vibe.
Oh, he did.
No, it was Vibe.
Thought afterwards he got well. His show went in that spot and went in that
Yeah,
slot.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
Chris literally knows every comedian, black comedian in Hollywood.
that's right. Yeah,
He writes for them all. So I lived with him in high school. Like I lived with him um, and his family, and he has largely helped me come out of my shell when I was in high school, and I was used to play Dungeons and Dragons with all my Asian buddies. I remember I was hanging out with Chris was like a year ahead of me, and so when I came to the high school, I started hanging out with
man.
him. It was
So
kind of cool because I got to hang out with like this cool dude, and like we went to South Pass, and like predominantly everybody was white. And Chris at the time, this was way back when, this he was sort of like a Eddie Murphy type. He was always joking, and so it's a good looking black dude at predominantly white school. Like all the white girls really
right.
liked him. Anyway, so it was cool hanging out with him. And I remember when I started, I kind of felt like I kind of felt like I don't know this is what's true, but I feel like his mother said, "Let Ronnie hang out with you." That poor little boy, because his mother was good friends with my stepdad. That's how we knew each other. Anyway, I started hanging out with him, and I used to, and we had like back then it was called open lunch, open campus, where the
Right.
school during lunch you could go off campus. And so I was hanging out with him because he was cool, he was popular. And I used to take my backpack everywhere I went.
Oh my God.
And he was like, dude, leave that shit in your locker. Like you can't be following around with anyway, the real big thing we did this routine for the talent show. And this is back when breakdancing and pop locking was big. So he did this pop locking routine and I did this breakdancing routine. I think I talk about this in the book. And since South Pass is predominantly white, I wasn't the best breakdancer, but I was great for a white school. And so like I remember I spun like 3 turns on my back or something. The crowd went crazy. I literally had like 3.5 spins and the crowd went like wild. Like, oh my God. Anyway, all that to say is Chris Spencer is a friend of mine. So I think at some point I'll reach out to him again and say, hey dude, we have this new concept. You need to hook us up with some of your friends.
Yeah.
because we got some. But when we have something that we can actually show, because we've never had anything like let's prove.
Except the book, the whole manuscript that he could have. Yeah, but other than that, we
Yeah,
haven't had
but
it.
here's the thing I always say: there are legit movie stars who spent like Ryan Reynolds spent 10 years trying to get Deadpool made, and yeah, he wasn't as big as he is now, but he was still relatively
But what
big
I'm
when he was
saying is
trying it.
this: I listen to the Breakfast Club religiously,
Yeah,
and Charlemagne is always talking to people and putting people on to his publishing. Now, it's not saying he's going to take everybody's book
right.
because it's got to have quality to it or whatever. You're to me, and my and he always talks about he doesn't want things that you might think he wants. He wants a
Okay,
variety of things that might not necessarily be what he would write or what you think he might get. Like, oh, this is just the autobiography of a rapper or people in the
right,
music industry or whatever. He wants a wide swath of, of, of black oriented stories.
right.
And your book screams this is ideal for his publishing. And I'll leave it to that.
It's already published though.
I know that was,
That's
yeah. But there was a period of time where you could have.
no, dude. When I had the book published,
All I'm
he
saying is
did
the
not
second
have
book.
his, he didn't.
All I'm
Go
just
ahead.
saying is the second book. Make sure you that should be your first
Well,
thing.
my second book is sort of like almost like a sequel, but it's more about my religious journey than
Yeah.
a political
But
commentary.
whatever you do, to make sure you go to him first.
Yeah. Well, I might release it. I
Don't
might.
go to mango or peach or apple or grape or orange.
My
They
first
all suck.
publisher
They
was
all
a
suck.
manga. Got it. Um,
As a matter of fact, I should have got all your rights. I wish you would have sold me all your rights because I would have sold. I damn sure would have sold more books. I would have
that's easy.
damn
Yeah,
sure
that's
sold more
easy to
books.
say. If you're not a known
No, no,
author,
it is with the number of books they sold. It is very easy to say. It's super easy to say.
you would have to be hitting all the. You'd be
Oh
having,
yeah, yeah. To sell that 15 books, that would have been.
dude. They sold more than 15 books.
Oh really? What they sell?
I don't know offhand. It was more than 15.
Was it more than 100?
I don't
No,
remember, dude.
no. That means I'll take that as no.
Anyway, um,
I
all
could have
right.
sold 10
So,
a month and been straight.
all right. Anyway, so stay tuned. We'll keep you updates on how that's coming along. I want to talk about some stuff that's happening in the world as of this recording. You know, every episode we're gonna have like the dungeons and the Durags part. The dungeons being the fantasy or the making of the show, whatever. The Durags being me as an angry black man talking about what's happening in the world today.
Right. Matter of
Um,
fact, I think you need to throw your do rag on. Where's your do rag at?
it's metaphorical, dude. I don't have an actual durag, especially with this here.
Right.
Um, but so, what is your thought on black conservatives who support Trump? Like, what is it?
Was
Huh?
that the discussion we had last week?
No, this is we didn't talk. I don't think we,
Oh, you just going off the dome. You just going off the dome.
I'm going by what's recent, what's recent going on because it just I don't understand the level of self delusion anyone in a marginalized group in this country would have to have to support Donald Trump. And
But I would,
whenever I see like I follow Garrison
yeah.
Hayes and some other
Who?
black
I don't know. Okay.
creators, whenever I see them
Are they
interviewed,
conservative? Are they
no,
Trumpers?
Garrison Hayes,
Uh-oh.
he's not. He's a cool brother. He does a lot of well thought out video essays about politics and a whole
Okay.
bunch of different
Gotcha.
stuff. So
Yeah.
he's gone out where he's interviewed black conservatives who are Trump supporters.
Right.
Um, and when you hear them talk, you can tell that they don't know what the F they're talking about.
Right.
And I just
It
I
seems
don't
like they're
understand.
voting against their own interests.
Oh, they absolutely are. They wouldn't
Yeah.
think that. And I think I don't know what it is. I think here's what I think it is. I think a big part of it is the failure of the Democratic Party
Bingo. That's
because to lose to Donald Trump, how bad do you have to be to lose to a man who incited an insurrection against this nation, who has been impeached twice?
grabs them by the pussy.
all that. Like we all know what it is. And I feel like so here's a perfect example. As of this recording, earlier this week, Zoran Mamdani, won the primary for New York. He's just, and I think, and he beat out Cuomo, like he blew him out. And I think
Seven by 7 points. Yeah.
yeah, and I think the reason why is because he galvanized a whole bunch of young people and people who are tired of the same old, same old. He's a democratic socialist, and he's closer to like the Bernie Bros.
Okay, well, wait,
But let
because
me finish real
just
quick.
you're spiraling off on another topic. We
No,
let's get back to the black man voting.
no, this is getting to that because
Okay, all
the
right.
point is the failure of the Democratic Party to really stand up for something that people can feel like they connect with. And so I think their response, like the Democratic establishment response to Mamdani, is an example of what I'm talking about. Like, obviously, you have all the racists who are just so blatantly racist and Islamophobic with regards to him,
Yeah.
comparing him to 9/11 stuff. But you have people in the DNC who are also like speaking out against them. And I think they get afraid that if we as a party put forth someone as left
Progressive.
and progressive as someone like
Yes.
him, that we're going to lose. And then realize you're losing with what you're currently doing. And I think that's why even black people are tired of the
Well, I
nonsense.
would say that I think it's easy. I mean, for us, for educated black folk, a lot of times easy to, well, I don't even say educated because some cats would seem to be educated but still vote for Trump. But like I think some brothers was voting for him because uh well, first of all, before I even get into that, just let's all remember, even though Trump did better with black males this last go round, it wasn't wildly better. He did marginally better, but a majority of black men still voted for Kamala or the Democratic Party,
Right, right.
the ones that did vote. So let's get that
Yeah,
out the way. Every time I hear this discussion, it makes it sound like, oh man, if only the black man would have voted. That's not the case. It's like
right.
there was a whole bunch of Latino cats that didn't vote, that
Oh,
went
totally.
a whole bunch of
That's
every other
even worse
demographic
that
went that way. And guess what? The biggest majority was white women. So it's like, so let's talk to them first. But
yeah.
since we're having this little insular discussion about
Like
black men voting, then it's like, okay, well, I would say that I for me, you hit the nail on the head. I think it's a Democratic Party for so many. If it, just for me personally, from what I've heard and what I felt, it feels like black men and women are taken for granted, and more so even black men. It's like whenever politicians come around every 4 years promising this and that or whatever for the community, and then they get the black vote that they need, and then they bounce. See you niggas, we out. Boom, thank you, and then they come back. It's not to say like Democrats don't do certain good things or whatever, yada yada, but particularly in this time, I know a lot of brothers was feeling kind of salty because I think one of the Democrats' major flaws is that they're offering Republican light instead of being progressive. Like there's a lot of
yeah.
polls that suggest what people love and what they want, and the Democrats won't fight for it. So you're already signaling to your base or the people that might vote for you, hey, we're not really feeling this. We're still beholden to the billionaires and the elite class, just like the Republicans are. And so vote for us because we're just Republican light. Isn't Trump a meanie? Isn't he bad? It's like when people hear that, it's like, okay, but we don't really have, we don't really want to F with you either, especially when you're lying to us about Biden. I caught a lot of shit because I was talking mad ish about Biden before the election and during the election, whatever, about him tripping upstairs. I ain't never seen a nigga trip up stairs up to the plane. And it's like, just falling off his bike, rolled up to a stop and just fell over. And they trying to shake hands with ghosts that aren't there. It's like, there's a lot of stuff that, it's like, is this guy all right? And then like, during the campaign, if you would go back, like if you looked at some of the speeches he did in the campaign before he bowed out, and even subsequently, and then just go back like 4 years and look at him talk, like just look at the two different interviews.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, he has crept a long ways towards, mental decline. Let's just, and that's fine. It's like, okay, he was, that's what he was, he said he was going to be a transitional president, and everybody took, he said that, and everybody thought like, oh, he's going to transition out and groom somebody else to be next or whatever. But he waited so long and effed up everything that
Right.
we didn't have a true primary. And I don't, and honestly, as much as I love Common, I would have loved to seen the sister win. I don't know that she would have won the primary because she got stomped the last primary.
Although she
The,
changed a lot from 2020 to
but this, because the problem is, like, she was still rocking all the Israel. They let Israelis do whatever they want. Oh, you want to blow up a whole bunch of Muslims and Palestinians? Go right ahead. We're not going to stop
right.
you. We're not going to get in the way. And I know for a lot of people, me personally, that was a huge factor. Like, oh, you ain't
Mhm.
really bad. You just going to let these people do whatever.
Right.
And I shouldn't cast this aspersions, but her husband is Jewish. So and her not commenting on it, I don't know if she's Uber Zion. I don't know where she stands on that. And by the
Right.
virtue of her being lockstep with Biden, it's like, oh well, from all I could tell, she's not any worse than Trump or Biden or whatever. She's gonna do the
When it
same
comes
thing.
to
But
God,
when they
yeah.
asked her, what would you do different? She didn't have to diss Biden. She could have gave him all praises and just said, I'm a different person. I'll do things a little bit differently and not even be specific, but just say
I,
she has some ideas. Like she might chart a different course in terms of dealing with Gaza and what was going on with them
totally.
in Israel, but not get into all the weeds about what that meant. But that would have given somebody an inkling that, oh, she might be a little different. She didn't give us any wiggle room or breath of
Yeah.
air to deduce that.
Yeah.
That
So here's the uh uh so as of this recording, can you believe it's only been 5 months?
Hey man, that's what they voted for.
I swear I can't every time it occurs to me it's only three and a half more than 3.5 more years. I honestly do not think this country can survive 3.5 more years if we go at the rate that we are currently going. Unless
Well,
something,
hopefully, at least we'll win back the House and Congress. Well, hopefully, we'll do well in Congress, and if
even
the
that
Democrats
is a
will,
year and a
just to
half
put
away.
a stop into a lot of what he's doing, because they can't do anything. They lost all their power.
No, I got it. I got it. I got it.
They have they need some ED pills or something because they have no
But
stamina. They have no
one, I think he is jonesing to declare martial law.
yeah,
I think he wants a war just so he can declare it. Um, I think he's going to do whatever he can to be able to keep his power. And I don't know that this country, I really don't think this country can. And when I say I don't think it can survive, like I don't think it's going to completely disintegrate. But then again, I don't know because I every time I think it's bad, it gets worse. Like I always use the description.
they find a way to get lower.
You feel like I always feel like I'm in a game of I feel like I'm in a Game of Thrones episode because one thing about Game of Thrones is whenever something was bad, it got worse, and whenever something seemed like it was great, it got bad.
Yeah,
Oberyn is winning. He's going to kill the mountain. Spoiler alert, I
yeah.
guess, for some
Wow,
episode
wow,
in season
wow.
4. Rob meets the love of his life. He finally got a pathway to get his army across the bridge. He's going to be this great leader. He's
Right,
going to be a dad. And then you get the red wedding. Like every
right.
time you start feeling comfortable, some shit goes down. And that's why I kind of feel like when Trump's president, like even when something goes south for Trump and you think, okay, he's losing his power, whatever, you know, he bombs
Well,
Iran.
I tell you, he's worried, super worrisome. But I've grown accustomed to it over the last, whatever number of years. Because even before he was president the first time,
Mhm.
he was talking mad ish about Obama and oh, we're gonna find out wasn't born, he's not a real American, blah blah blah, whatever. But so I've gotten used to his ignorance. But what really scares me is the ineptitude of the Democratic Party. It's
Mhm.
like they scare me because I feel like a lot of stuff has happened because of them.
Right.
They've left the door open for fools to come in and ransack the house. And that's
Right.
kind of like and again, it's like your man that just won the New York primary, he's still got a tough road because now I think Cuomo's going to run as an independent and he's going to
He's not
get
going to
millions.
run. I don't think
He,
he's going to
he
run.
said he is. He said he's debate. Yes, he is.
I don't
I
think he's
bet
gonna run.
I'll tell you right now, I think he's going to run. He's going to run as an independent because he can raise a lot more money. And now that he knows he has a foe, because you already got Eric Adams running, you're going to have Cuomo running. And I'm sorry, tell me my man's name again.
Mom Donnie, like Zoran
Mom
Mom.
Donnie.
Yeah,
He's a Democratic
or
nominee.
Nam, or was it
And that
Nam
and that
Nam Donnie?
let me tell you something. That shook the Democratic Party because all the established people, all the old people that need to get washed out, now they're scared. Like, oh man, this dude who's progressive, and I don't understand why they're scared. Well, I do understand why they're scared because all the old money, all the old established Democrats have all the billionaires and people in their pocket. Bloomberg gave Comey money.
Right.
He raised 24, I think he raised like $24 million for the primary, which was way more than Mondami. Say his name again? Donnie?
Mom Donnie.
Mom Donnie. I'll get it. Mom Donnie.
Yeah.
He raised, Mom Donnie hit the streets, was door to
Right.
door,
Right.
meeting people, whatever. He did the old fashioned way where, I think there's this, I hate to use the word elitism, but there's like this elite snobbery with but all parties, but both parties, where
Sure.
it's like you've got to cater to us and what we want, and we say, and you got to wait your turn, whatever. And, because look at Brock. Brock did the same thing. He flipped the script like Hillary thought she was going to be anointed. And then he shook up the race, he came in and boom, got the nomination. And then went on to get the presidency. He wasn't supposed to. The money wasn't behind him. There's a
Sure.
lot of black people that was behind the Clintons
Right.
and wasn't behind Obama.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on the
Yeah.
country. Um, any final words? We got 3 minutes left.
Uh,
Tune in every week. Do all the
right.
YouTubey things, right?
Yeah.
Share,
Hopefully we'll
like.
have some more. I want to make sure we get to the dungeons part. We need some more nerdy
We
stuff.
did. We did. We
Well, we
talked
talked
about
about
the
you. I
show.
know. I'm just saying. I want to. We need to have like a little movie corner or a book corner or something.
No, I
Something
agree.
that we do
Right.
so that there's
Yeah.
that with because again, there's too many smart people that talk politics, and I don't like getting
Yeah, we're not
into
gonna be talking politics every week. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like
I
I have
think
some
we
very
shine.
profound
I
things to
think we
say.
shine as nerds who can't set up computers or sell publishing books or whatever. Like we're so that's our forte. So I think
Yeah. And there's a lot of good stuff coming down the pike that we talk about. Superman,
I
Fantastic
really
Four.
and I really want to delve into your faith journey. How you because for you to
Yeah.
be like an atheist now is like
It's
interesting
a
to me.
trip. It's a trip.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
I think you're more anti-religion than I am.
Probably.
Yeah, think
Probably.
so.
All right, man. I need to eat.
Yep, I do
I'm hungry.
too.
I haven't eaten. Tell the Is she ever gonna be in a situation where she can come on again? Do you think?
Probably. We'll just have to see like what we're
We'll
doing
see.
and what.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey everyone, thanks again. If you watch all this way through, I think we have some good stuff to talk about. And there was there was something I had asked the audience last week to chime in on in the
Mm,
comments. What was it
mm,
about?
I can't remember.
Maybe next week,
Maybe we
remember.
can hear your voice saying it. You can go back and look at that
That's
audio.
true. I'll go back.
Oh, wait. Here's the question. You want me to take that down? Is it like just worthless?
Let's pick this one up first, and then we'll see.
All
We'll
right.
probably want to take it down because
So you're getting. So I think you're getting the feed now. You should have the video for this.
okay, for those of you who are still watching, you probably don't care about this part. So
Yeah.
thanks. We love you. We have less than a minute. We'll figure it out, man.
All right.
I had to pee the
Yeah.
header and
Hit
then
me
I got to
up.
put the
Text
pizza
me. We'll
in.
figure it out.
All right, cool. Peace.
All right. Talk to you later.